Hi gorgeous, it's Ker-leen. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. Today I am super duper excited to bring you another haul with some new fragrances I've added recently to my perfume collection. If you love a good haul as much as I do, then please keep watching. Hey my beautiful friend, thank you so much for joining me for another one. I am so grateful that you're here and I'm ready to jump in. Before we do, if you're new here on this channel, I talk luxury, I do review videos, I share my fragrance journey like today's video. I also share lifestyle here and there. And in every single video, there is some encouragement towards the end. So if that sounds like something you would enjoy, then I would love to have you here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and be sure to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop, all right? Let's get into it. The first fragrance I'm going to talk about today was sent to me by such a special person, the C Chronicles here on YouTube. She reached out to me to send me her debut fragrance. And when I tell you I am so excited about this, I literally cannot contain myself. I'm so excited, number one, for her, because if you watch Arabian perfume videos, you've likely come across her channel. She has put so much time and effort and years into keeping us informed about Arabian perfumes. So number one, I was super excited to support her because she is such an amazing and special person. But secondly, I was just super excited to experience a creation from her point of view. And today we're going to talk about the newest Proud Mary Extre. This is the debut limited release fragrance from Macedon Perfumes. I will link her video where she discusses this debut release on her channel. I think you should definitely check out that video because she talks about her vision for this fragrance, the story behind its creation, and just her heart. She shared the heart behind this fragrance. If you have not watched the video, I will link it down below. So let's get into this fragrance. This is the gorgeous bottle of perfume right here. So Proud Mary has top notes of pineapple, apple, dried fruits, and cardamom. Heart notes jasmine and tonka, and base notes vanilla, patchouli, woods, and spice. So first of all, the bottle feels so substantial. It feels nice and heavy, and she's giving us 120 ml, 4 ounces of fragrance in this bottle. In addition, this cap is just everything. I absolutely love the way that this looks. It feels very luxe and very substantial. So I have already been playing around with this fragrance for several days now. I wanted to take my time and really get to know it, and I have some thoughts that I'd like to share with you. So first of all, this fragrance smells grown and sexy. It's definitely a very, very elevated and grown up type of scent. When I first spray it out, I met with those gorgeous spices. And I will say this fragrance has changed since I first received it. So right now, the spices are coming through a lot more than they did when I first received it. And they are so beautiful. Yes, so those spices are amazing. I love, love, love the way they did the spices. They're just enough, but not too much. What I noticed about this fragrance when I first received it, and what is still true for me right now, is that this is a unisex fragrance. So anyone can wear this and enjoy it. Something else I love about this fragrance is the dry down. I think my favorite part about this is the dry down. When this starts to dry down, those spices start to subside, and I'm left with just something very sweet and cozy feeling, but still feeling very elevated as well. So I feel like this fragrance packs a punch with those fruits and spices in the opening, but by the time it dries down, you're left with remnants of the spice, touches of woods, and something very sweet and cozy feeling, which makes it perfect for fall. And honestly, I feel like this fragrance could be worn year round because of how it opens up. It definitely opens up lighter, and although it gets cozy and maybe a little creamy on the dry down, it remains elevated and it still feels very grown up. So this is a fragrance that, in my opinion, you could wear year round for special occasions. And I think that if you love spices, if you love a touch of woods, if you love vanilla, if you love tonka bean in your fragrances, then this is a really, really lovely fragrance to check out. I love that she put tonka at the mid of this fragrance. I absolutely love that. And then I think those base notes is why this fragrance smells very elevated. It has patchouli and woods and some more spices at the base. And those base notes just add class to fragrances. I love the balance of those base notes as well. So the patchouli is not over the top, the woods are just right, and those spices are subdued so that they don't overtake the fragrance, but they all play together very nicely. So I really enjoy that about this fragrance. And once again, like I said, this fragrance is unisex in my opinion. I can see anyone wearing this fragrance, and I can see this fragrance being worn in many different settings for different occasions. So I think she did such a great job kind of considering all of those things for this first release, so that no matter who you are or where you are in life, this fragrance has a little bit of everything for everyone. This fragrance also has a very, very nice projection as well as sillage for several hours. She definitely gave something that not only projects, but is very, very substantial in its presence, in its aura. Something I also really appreciate about this fragrance is how long lasting it is. I had this on the other day, and when I tell you this fragrance lasts, it clings to your clothing, and after I took my clothing off and put it in the hamper, I was still catching whiffs of this fragrance on the clothing. So I love that she gave us something that is long lasting. So I want to say congratulations, C, on your debut fragrance for Macedon Perfumes. I think you did an amazing job with this one, and I cannot wait to see what this fragrance house comes out with in the future. One of the things C mentioned in her video was that this fragrance and your support, your purchase of this fragrance, is essentially helping to build a foundation for this fragrance house and helping her to continue to bring us more fragrances and to do more. So not only are you getting a bottle of perfume, but you are actually taking a part of the inception of a brand for a creator that you probably already know and love, and a creator that has done so many wonderful things in this fragrance space. So congratulations once again to C Chronicles. I will link her video down below as well as the link to this fragrance in the description box for you to check out. Once again, this is Proud Mary Extre by Macedon Perfumes. This next fragrance is one that I was super excited to try because of the marketing. They had me at Buttercream. I have the biggest sweet tooth, so when I heard Buttercream Haze, I had to come to the front. So this is Buttercream Haze by Seven Virtues. Now I wanted to start out with the travel size because with sweet fragrances, you just never know. Sometimes the sweetness factor could be a little over the top. So I wanted to make sure I love it. And I can already tell you that I'm probably going to return this and get a full-size bottle because I sprayed this on in store and then again after I got home, and it's already a love for me. I already know I want the full-size bottle. Buttercream Haze has the accords maple caramel cream, vanilla buttercream, and whipped vanilla. Yeah, this is so, so good. What I love about this fragrance is that maple caramel note at the heart of this fragrance. I feel like I haven't smelled anything quite like that in a perfume. It's giving those Canadian cookies, at least I think they're from Canada, or maybe they're just inspired by Canada, but they are in the shape of a maple leaf and they have a maple cream stuffing on the inside. Those cookies bring up fond memories for me because I took a Latin class in high school and my Latin teacher was the most nurturing and kind-hearted soul I have ever come across in terms of teachers. She would allow us to watch movies related to Latin in class, and whenever we had to watch a movie, she would make us hot chocolate and she would bring all kinds of cookies. One of the cookies she would always bring were these maple leaf shaped cookies. And this fragrance smells like the stuffing inside of those cookies. It's so good. This is definitely giving maple caramel cream. It's definitely giving buttercream frosting, and it is definitely giving dessert. In fact, the buttercream frosting that I smell in this fragrance reminds me of another fragrance that I described as smelling like buttercream frosting, and that is Maui in a Bottle Sweet Banana 37 by Chalet. That fragrance, for whatever reason, gives buttercream frosting, and this fragrance does the same. So if you like one, I think you will like the other. This one is really nice, and I'm definitely picking up a full-size bottle of this fragrance. This is Seven Virtues' newest fragrance, Buttercream Haze. This next one is another travel size that I'd been playing around with, trying to decide if I want a full-size bottle or not. This is Brown Girl Jane's Chalet. And yes, I definitely need this in a full size. It is so good. Chalet has top notes white chocolate, truffle, and plum, middle notes champagne and jasmine,
and base notes cocoa, vanilla, and sandalwood.
So for this one, when I first spray it out, I do get a hint of that fruitiness at the top, and I think that's coming from the plum. But this quickly takes a turn for creamy and sweet and edible smelling while still feeling very, very grown up. So unlike the previous fragrance, Buttercream Haze, this one is more of a grown up gourmand fragrance. So at first you get a fruitiness, and then to my nose, it gets creamy and sweet, but I'm also definitely picking up on the cocoa and that chocolate accord in this fragrance. I said this when I first received the fragrance and I did a little short talking about it, and I still feel the same now, but this reminds me of a chocolate version of Bianco Latte. It definitely shares the richness and the sweetness and the subtle lactonic feel that I get from Bianco Latte. So if you enjoy that fragrance, chances are you will really, really enjoy this one. This one just has a chocolate twist. This one definitely smells like it has more depth than Bianco Latte. However, it is a similar scent profile. And that is immediately where my mind went when I first sprayed this fragrance. This one does not project very loudly, nor does it have a very loud sillage, but it does last a very long time. For me personally, this lasts up to 6 hours where I can still smell it. We are definitely picking up a full size of Brown Girl Jane's Chalet. And last but certainly not least is the newest fragrance to my collection, and this is one that you all have recommended to me time and time again. This is Paris Corner's Asal. From my understanding, Asal stands for Flower of Paradise. I do really love the way this came packaged with this scarf on the inside. This is such a luxurious touch to this packaging. But this is the bottle right here, and the bottle itself is so beautiful. I love the top of this bottle.
Asal Vanilla has sweet notes and sugar at the top, middle notes of jasmine and rose, and base notes vanilla, musk, and caramel.
This scarf is just too cute, y'all. I love that. Such a nice touch. I'm sure you know all about this fragrance by now. It's not a new fragrance, it's just new to me. But this is supposed to be a dupe of Kayali's Vanilla 28 fragrance. In my opinion, this is fantastic. It's a fantastic inspiration of that fragrance. So if you love Vanilla 28, you will not be disappointed with this fragrance. Now, I have a comparison video coming up where I'm going to break down the similarities and differences between the two fragrances. However, I will tell you, this is amazing. This comes so close. It's one of those scent profiles that I just didn't expect to see an inspiration of for quite some time. I think Paris Corner did a good job with this fragrance. It smells so good, and not only that, it lasts for such a long time on me. In my opinion and in my experience, this one lasts and lasts and lasts. I can spray this on and go about my day and go 6+ hours and I can still smell this on me. So I'm loving the longevity of this fragrance. It's a vanilla fragrance, but it's such a luxe vanilla. It's definitely grown up, very elevated, and it's also the kind of vanilla that you can easily pair with other fragrances, and it just adds that luxurious touch to those fragrances. I think what makes the original Vanilla 28 smell so elevated and luxurious is that amberwood that's at the base of the fragrance. It also has patchouli and amber, and I feel like those base notes just make for a very elevated fragrance. And I think Paris Corner has done a great job of mimicking that sort of luxury and that elevated feel that we get from the original Vanilla 28. I am honestly super impressed with how close they came. Again, I'll be detailing my thoughts on the similarities and the differences between the two in the next video. So please, if you're not subscribed, subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss that video.
This is Paris Corner's Asal Vanilla.
If you've made it to this point in the video and you found this video helpful, definitely give it a like on your way out. That helps my channel continue to grow and reach other fragrance lovers like ourselves. Also, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and be sure to turn on your notifications so you never miss another video. I also wanted to remind you about my new 30-day devotional called Align and Reign. If you're ready to go on a 30-day glow up journey and get closer to God and really redefine or discover your purpose, then I created this devotional just for you. The link to the devotional will be in the description box. It's available on Amazon and Etsy. Before we part ways, I just want to remind you how absolutely special you are. I want you to know that you are seen and you are loved. Don't forget that as you go about the rest of your week. As always, I will be over here reflecting on the same. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye!